Hey everyone, it's Game Galaxy here, and welcome to another exciting video on Raid Shadow Legends. Today, I'm diving into some brand new content. I want to make sure to give you all a solid sneak peek at what's coming, including details about the new events and heroes we'll be getting in-game. So, let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. First up, let's talk about the Loki Chase event. From what I've seen, it seems like there might be a slight glitch in the test server. It really looks like they've just reused some elements from the Adelan Chase, particularly with some Bannerlord content. I'm pretty sure that will all change to fit the Barbarian theme soon, which would make sense. Now, regardless of the minor glitches, there are some fantastic rewards on offer here, much like what we saw in previous events. One of the biggest highlights is definitely the 5-star Soul of Loki. This is a game-changing item for any champion you're pushing. I can't stress enough how significant it is for your account to get souls at that level. It's going to help not just with power, but also with the overall functionality of your champions. Alongside that amazing soul, there's a primal shard included in the rewards, along with some other goodies that you'll pick up as you progress. So how can you grab these rewards? It all starts with a 14-day login period. During the first week, you'll log in and get yourself a champion. Then in the second week, you'll collect some 2-star soul rewards and other items, which is pretty exciting. After that initial login phase, you jump into phase 2. At this point, you'll be faced with various challenges spread across different areas of the game. In my experience from the last event, these challenges were relatively easy, as long as you stay engaged with your gameplay. If you're an active player, you should definitely be able to accumulate that 5-star soul without too much hassle. But here's an important note. Phase 2 only lasts for 21 days after you unlock it, so it's crucial to keep that in mind. Make sure you're putting in the time to complete those challenges. Now let's switch gears and talk about the dungeon we have available. I spent some time playing through it yesterday to get a feel for the new content. So far, we're dealing with a mix of gear sets, including some pretty lackluster options along with the new pinpoint set. Honestly, this has been a point of feedback from the community. Some of these sets are just not great after around day 10 of play. It's baffling to me why they wouldn't incorporate some of the Forge Pass sets or more desirable gear types instead. It feels like a missed opportunity to really enhance this new content. As I progressed through the dungeon, it became clear that the difficulty ramps up significantly in later stages. Early on, I was using a mix of easy champions, focusing on a drop defense strategy followed by some heavy hitters. Trust me, if you have a champion like Kale, you'll find that you can breeze through early encounters quite easily. But as we get further along, the energy levels and enemy power start to ramp up. For instance, you might encounter bosses with around 100k health, and it requires a bit more strategy and teamwork to take them down effectively. In fact, by stage 12, I started seeing larger groups of enemies, but they weren't too overwhelming. The AI directs your team to prioritize those enemies instead of the bosses, and I could illustrate that quite well. If you only target the boss, you'll quickly find yourself in a tight spot as the ads pile up. Next up, we have Odin, and wow, he is going to be a serious challenge. His abilities, particularly his passive, are game-changing for the new content. If you don't have champions that can block buffs, you're really setting up for a tough fight. His A2 can strip all buffs from your team and also inflict drop defense and stun, a triple threat that makes him incredibly dangerous. As I progressed in the dungeon, I realized that the challenges become increasingly complex. Most notably, Odin's passive ability triggers every 9 turns, placing block damage on himself while spreading debuffs around, making strategic planning essential for your success. That's a wrap for this sneak peek. Thanks for joining me today. Have an awesome week, and I'll catch you all in the next video.